What's going on, everybody? This is Joe from Black Male Talk, now sitting in at Black Men's Congregation. I'm along with my brother, my right hand man, my partner, one of the founders of the congregation, Man of Tomorrow. What's going on, Man of Tomorrow?
What's going on, man? Not much, chilling out.
Like I said, once again, we're here again, sitting in the congregation, setting up stuff. We're making some pretty good moves. We're doing pretty good, solid work. You know what I'm saying? And we're putting on a lot of brothers. I say we're steadily. We haven't been putting in. I know a lot of you guys. I've been seeing. I've been getting information. A lot of guys asking us like, "Well, BMT, why? How come we don't see more content? We see more on BMT, but not as much on Black Men's Congregation." After the show, we're going to explain why there's not as much on here yet. We're going to break it down. We're not going to tell you everything, but we're going to explain why you don't see everything just yet. Okay, but for the most part, that actually is going to go along with the show. Setting a proper pace is better than frequent breaks. This topic was brought to you by Man of Tomorrow. Man of Tomorrow, I will let you take over from there.
All right, and with any goals or anything that you're trying to do, um, it's very important not to overload your plate and try to do things in an unrealistic manner. Because when you do things in an unrealistic manner, you have to take multiple stops. Think about just carrying like groceries from like the car to the house. It'd probably be more feasible to take two trips with 4 bags than one trip with 8 bags. Yeah, you can get there faster, but you're probably gonna be taking, depending on what's in those bags, a whole bunch of breaks on the way to getting there, and that's no different with any type of goal that you set for yourself and milestone that you set for yourself. You have to be realistic with these goals and what are realistic milestones for you to stop for, and how long you should stop for.
Mm. I I agree on that. Like, yeah, of course, I know we ain't trying to make it sound like an echo chamber, but I'm saying, um, men, y'all gotta understand, man. I know y'all looking around, y'all seeing a lot of different things going on, and you want to jump into this, you want to jump into that, and the problem is you're not setting a reasonable pacing, just like you were saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, when it came to when it coming to building up this platform, we're taking our time and dotting our I's and crossing our T's. And you see, that's the problem that we're seeing that a lot of us we have, especially when you're first starting out. You want to get things done quickly, and you're watching everybody else, but you're not checking on your work. And then sometimes you get frustrated. You're like, you know what? I'm burnt out. You know, there's an old proverb, a little old story where the young bull wants to run down the hill with the old bull, and he's like, "Come on, let's go fuck as many cows as we can." And the young bull's like, "How about we take our time and walk down the hill and fuck them all?" What he's pretty much trying to get at is you don't have when you're building up success, there's no rush because as you're taking your time, if something were to happen, you're not in so deep where you can't correct yourself. I mean, there's no need to compete. There is none, especially when you're building up your own craft. I mean, man, what's up with these brothers thinking that, if I don't get it done now or today, or if I don't start seeing some money come in, it's a failure.
No, I mean, you can't bring like a YOLO attitude or some fourth and 99 from your own one type Hail Mary situation to what you're trying to do. There's a lot that goes into planning your way down the field, so to say. And you have to do a lot of research about what play that you're trying to make, what's the average distance that it would take a normal person to do that. Because I mean, let's keep it real. There's a lot of times to where you can't start at off at the nominal optimum type of pace that it would take to do certain things, depending on your work-life balance or you're going to school, the other type of responsibilities that you have outside of that. So you have to look at what's actually doable for you in that situation. So that way you can see how and what's the proper way to negotiate this obstacle. I give you an example. When I first started going to school, uh, there were each class was 4 credits, and then 12 credits would be considered a full semester. But I found ways to fit in 16 credits, like a class on the weekend, and the workload just became too much after a while, and my grade point average dropped by a lot. I mean, I still graduated early, but did I really need to overwork myself in ways that I didn't need to do so? Probably not. And I don't think that I've learned as much as I probably could have learned in that specific degree process and program. And I really kind of think it kind of shortchanged me a little bit whenever it came time for me to perform some of those tasks. And I had to go relearn all that stuff that I went to school for because of my inability to want to set a reasonable and decent pace for myself versus trying to get done with things as soon as possible. And I just want to let you know that it doesn't work out in the long run as much as you think it really should. So,
I think a lot of things I hear a lot, and this is on different feeds, chats, and I've seen it, different things, and I talk to people. Y'all, we have to stop comparing, especially black men. You got to stop comparing your success and your pacing of success to every other goddamn person. Men, white men, black women, other men who are already established. Stop comparing yourself to them because you're not them. I'm not MOT and he's not BMT. What he did to get to his success, I probably had to take a different route. And a lot of you brothers don't understand that. Let me say that again. I literally, for me, it took me about 8 to 9 years to get to where I'm at now. 8 to 9 years. Hard work, discipline, working hard. I mean, you brothers, you gotta understand, like just like MOT said, the time it took when he was trying to cram everything in, there was some stuff he wished he said, yo, I could have got more in depth with that. I could have learned something more. And I mean, I can tell you right now, there's some times where I've done some projects and I will see another guy or I'll see a woman opening up a vending somewhat just like mine, and I would try to rush my product. And I wouldn't sell as much. I couldn't get as much done because I was trying to keep up with the Joneses. And you see, brothers, we gotta understand that everybody ain't going to start off. It's like running a race, if that makes any sense. You all don't start off at the same marginal lines. You all don't. But you got to understand is it's not what you're doing. It's not how fast you're doing it. It's how you're doing it and at what pace you're doing it at. You see, I never thought I would be into real estate and property. I didn't think I'd ever be doing something like that. I never thought I would be, having my own business. I thought that I could just do like some other people. Well, I'm just gonna sell some stuff out the side of my truck, and no jocking everybody else, but you know, a lot of people, a lot of black men, when y'all open up businesses, y'all don't get legit, y'all don't go legit, you don't follow by coding, you don't do the proper paperwork and research, and your business ends up being closed within almost a few months to a year. You know, but you're looking at somebody else's. Well, the store down the street, you know, the agents, they're selling, you know, the same thing I'm selling. Why are they more successful? Because they had time. They had time to prepare. And brothers, you got to prepare yourself. You got to put in the time and effort. You can't just jump out there. I never seen a baby get thrown into the ocean and just start swimming. I ain't never seen that shit. You know, I ain't trying to. I don't want y'all to think that I'm beating up on y'all, but we're trying to tell you something that's so realistic, because this is probably, I know some of y'all want to start your own business. You want to actually go out there and venture out and do stuff, but until you actually get the research and the credentials together, and mind you, I said credentials. Why? I mean, MOT. Why do we think it's important that we need these credentials when we're going out to do this kind of stuff?
Yeah, because having improper credentials can really set you back
Mm.
a long time. I see people when they are trying to set businesses up and they just set it up wrong. And the people in the Secretary of State office, they're not really there to, in most cases, not there to help you fill out the paperwork, because they want you to go to or pay for an attorney in order to do that. So
But
problem is, people are in such a rush. That's why they tell you not to rush, because you're looking at A to Z, but you didn't skip QRS. And QRS could be some major stuff that doesn't even let you even go to Z. So when you skip over key things without proper planning, those are the type of things that you run into. That's why it's vitally important to plan your way down this field, plan your way to the endpoint. And
yeah,
it's
but
okay to adjust your pacing based on your workload. Sometimes you have to pick up an extra shift or two, during a certain semester or something like that. So,
shouldn't I be able to compare it to what you're doing and just copy what you're doing, or just try to recreate what you're already doing? I
no,
mean,
no, no, no. It's an individualized plan for a reason. The plan is individualized. The things that you find, you're going to be able to try to personalize for your life. That's it. You have to personalize the plan for your life and do a little bit more than what you think you could do. And you have to find the happy medium there. You have to be able that you can put a sufficient amount of effort into what you're doing so that way you can get the maximum out of it.
I think I remember one time my mom was trying to open up a hair store, like the Asians, and she thought that, you know what, I'm not seeing the money. This is when she first started out. You know, a lot of black people want to open. There's not that many black hair stores, so she thought she was gonna be doing something different. So she would go to the Asian store and look around in there and see what they got and try to redo it. First things first, she didn't go get a building inspector. Gotta get a building inspector and actually go do the codes, proper codes and stuff. Because when she opened up the building, guess what? Guess who came in there? There's gonna be you think you can open up a business or something in these towns and they not be curious if they're gonna get money? It's a business. This is why you have to go do the proper research. Find out the zoning. Hey, what's the parking? What's the parking code? Can I park cars here? Oh no, that happens. Um, Do y'all allow this here? Am I allowed to paint on the bricks? Different things and different things do happen. It happens all the time. I know there's one guy, he literally only thing he did was buy a trailer and put it on the land. The town couldn't do a damn thing about it. Why? Because he researched the laws. He went and got the proper paperwork signed. It took him about 4 months to get everything signed off, and he waited for it. But in that around that amount of time, he was doing his research and everything he needed. I know a lot of y'all guys, y'all think I know sometimes we think when we got the money, and this happens time and time again. You think when you got the money. See, I went to a business conference, and they told me that one of the biggest issues that business owners have when they're trying to open up a business is they're pouring their prime funds into their business rather than open up another stream of income. Like before I opened up my business, I had 2 other jobs, plus I was working in the military. So I already had another funding to do that. Now, here's the thing about it that I want you to understand this. My biggest mistake was I would say, I'm not going to do it right now. I had times where I would take breaks. I know. But this is why we have Black Men Congregation. I don't mind telling my sins. I would take breaks. Hey, Joe, ain't you supposed to have the store open? Man, I ain't feeling like that, man. I didn't make no money. And they screwed me with some of my shipments. So shit, fuck it, man. I ain't coming in. You can't be doing that, brother. A lot of us, we be getting sidetracked too much with family, women, money, getting put into situations we shouldn't even be in. Sometimes stuff don't go our way. We don't feel like opening up the store. Go put the store on a goddamn hiatus, knowing that's costing money to rent the space. I mean, y'all wonder why it's hard for us to keep open Black businesses. I mean, like I said, I ain't trying to chew at y'all. I mean, I'm not trying to chew at y'all tonight, but I'm just trying to show y'all why is it that these brothers, when they take these breaks, they have a problem getting back on the horse. I mean, MOT, is it something about when brothers take a break, like they have a hard time snapping back into it, or is like, you know what, they just feel so beaten and down? MOT? I think he's on mute. I think you put yourself on mute again. Yeah, he did. He got himself on mute. He didn't even know it again. Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, and this may happen to a lot of you brothers. One of the biggest issues that we have is that we are our own worst critics. I know. Black people, Black men, we are harder on ourselves than anybody else. We can find fault with other businesses, other kind of things. But see, when it comes to our brand, our business, our collective whole Black men, we raise a higher standard. Sometimes it'd be unreasonable, but it's a higher standard. And what I say that to the brothers who are at that type of standard, or that are working at that type of standard, we understand that we can't be laxed for nothing. Sometimes I'm telling you right now, I had it. I've had it times where I have made some money and I've had people reach their hand out. Hey man, can you think you can just hit? No, because right now I am in the self-sustaining stage where I have to be able to sustain myself with whatever I got. But see, brothers, y'all get caught up in too much foolishness. This is why you see a lot of players that are up and coming players, people who go to school, They get sidetracked because they take a break and they never get back on the horse, and they don't keep themselves motivated on why they should be doing why they should be doing what they need to be doing. And it sets y'all back time and time again. I mean, we can't say it any other type of way. I mean, we weren't going to be on this too long, but a lot of you brothers, when y'all when y'all start making a pace of starting out into a business or some type of field of study, school, work, whatever it may be, you need to be able to do a pace and do something at your same. Don't change it up for a woman. Don't change it up for nobody else. Don't try to change it up to try to impress anybody. Do what you need to do for you. That's what MOT was saying when he was in school. You know what I'm saying? So with that, we're gonna close up for the rest of the day. We're gonna close up for today. I'm gonna say the rest of the day. Now, a lot of you guys were asking about why Black Men's Congregation we haven't put out as much content. Well, that's simple. Because so far right now, we are going to be waiting probably just I'll probably say just like 2 or 3 more months. We're going to keep on releasing episodes on Sunday. Every Sunday we put out an episode. Just to put out one episode. We thank those who support us. Please like, share, subscribe. Come to our Facebook page. Please support the Facebook page. Put in the work. And anything you want, as long as it's helping and encouraging Black men to be more successful. Your brothers it's no shame in taking a break. There's no shame in going back to mama's house or daddy's house just to go rejuvenate yourself. However, when you start getting too laxed about a situation and you start losing focus on why you started out doing what you do, that's when there's a problem. And see, brothers, that's where we start screwing up at. I feel what you're saying, Kevin. I feel different. I keep hitting it and just don't stop. Forward motivation. Like Alexander the Great. Got to keep up the motivation. No, I mean, I agree with you're saying, Kev. Some brothers, you got to motivate yourself. I mean, sometimes one of the things I learned when I was in school is when I would see other brothers succeeding or they're finishing their schoolwork a lot more quicker than I was working, I would try to speed up. But then my lab partner said, listen, man, don't do that. Let's take our time. Let's just get it done right. Now, the people who sped right through the projects, they didn't get his highest grade, but me and my partner got 96s, 100s. And I actually could retain information versus the people who sped up and got it done so quickly because they were trying to speed rush the process. Brothers, take your time, get your stuff together, let things marinate and actually try to understand who you are as a person. Again, if you want to hit us up, you can always catch me and Manna tomorrow on Black Male Talk. We do a topic every weekday. Also on the weekend, you can catch Black Men's Congregation. That's on Sunday. That's done by me, Manna tomorrow, and any guests that we hand out invitations to talk about certain topics. All right, guys, we're gonna go right now, but we thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe to Black Men's Congregation. Support us, brothers, and we will support you. Come to our Facebook page where we speak on Black men empowerment, self-worth, working things out, developing yourself. You brothers, y'all take care and y'all have a good day. This is Joe from Black Male Talk, signing off on Black Men's Congregation. Peace.